What's good, my boys? Splashy here, and today's video will be a refurbished tier list for the trophy cases. So let's just get straight into it. Now that we've played the game, we've played a couple tournaments, we know what the meta of the game is looking like. Now we are able to do a new tier list because we know what most of the cards are going to be, who's good. We've played against mostly every trophy case. They just added the new agenda. Make sure y'all go check it out. If y'all don't got a trophy case, they're literally giving out free trophy case pieces for playing in Unlimited. You don't even have to win. They're giving it away for just playing in Unlimited. So that's cool. So let's get straight to it, basically. First, we got Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson, I'm going to put him in Expendable. We're going to go over the tiers. We got Indefinite Best. You know who should be in there. Obviously, it's going to be a few pink diamonds in there, but the opals that are actually good are going to be in there. And then you got, like, your other people who, like, you know, I might throw a few more in Indefinite Best, but, like, because some pink diamonds have to go in there. Only opals can't go in there. Then we got Nice. Nice would be, like, it's a good trophy case card, especially if you know what you're doing with them. Then we got Underrated, the cards that not everybody's talking about, but a lot of people started polishing and putting on their court and they look good. We got Expendable, which means you can put them on the court. It's really not going to lose you the game. You're really not going to win the game with them. They're just like more there so you can get to the opal or get to the dark matter and then we got Filler. Filler means like it would be Expendable, but they're bad too. So like Filler would be like Andre Bargnani. Like you're getting him just so you can go for Patrick Ewing. You're not getting him for yourself. You're getting him just so you can go for Patrick Ewing. So he's Filler. But Allen Iverson was also in the same division as him. Is not a filler because he actually can be put on the court, but he's Expendable. So boom. For the first two, we got Allen Iverson. I'm gonna put him in Expendable just because a lot of the PGs, a lot more can dunk better. A lot of people have better defense. He has good on-ball defense, but on-ball defense as in 90 steal, 95 steal isn't what's getting you stops. You need somebody who's gonna be able to wall up the cone or the shooting guard when he touches the ball. And Allen Iverson can't do that at the moment. Next, we have Alonzo Mourning. Alonzo Mourning is gonna be the first person I put in Nice. Him and Jermaine ONeal are like twins. Him, Jermaine ONeal, and like KG are all twins. KG's not a trophy case, but he is probably the most amazing big man on the game as of right now until AD gets redeemed. And KG gets almost every badge. Mourning, 75 3-ish. As you can see, a lot of people are running KGs. They're not missing. People are running Giannis's. They aren't missing. You've seen a few Alex Englishes not missing. Like, the three-point rate isn't really what matters. It's how good their jump shot is and how good you can time it. But Alonzo Mourning, amazing defense. Comes with half pick dodger at the center position just in case you want to switch all. For a small person, he does get up as long as you box out, and that's going to be the first person in Nice. Next, we're going to go to AD. AD is an Indefinite Best, and the reason he's an Indefinite Best is because even though he has a horrible division, his division is like James Worthy, Steve Nash, is it Jordan Poole? I'm trying to remember the other two. It's Jordan Poole, Peja Stojakovic, and Elton Brand. Everybody except James Worthy in that trophy case isn't really that good, but you are going for AD because he is the indefinite best opal out of all of the opals right now. So AD, it's not much to be said. If he was redeemable right now, he would be dropping his everything all over the floor. So AD is the first person in indefinite best. Antoine Jameson, next person who goes in Expendable. Antoine Jameson isn't bad. He's just a decent power forward. If you were to put him in the game right now, he wouldn't lose you the game. He wouldn't win you the game. He's just going to hit open. And he's going to get his rebounds. He's not underrated. He's not nice. He's just Expendable. Next, we got Sabonis. Sabonis goes up here in Nice as well, and the reason he is in Nice is because if his speed was 70, if you could get his speed to 70 with him being 7'3", with half needle threader, high pass accuracy, and a 92 3 ball, he would be good. But he's going to be in Nice, and it's because of his size and his length. He is almost unstoppable mashing unless you have another big body on him. I played him with my Jermaine ONeal. I got put into the rim on multiple occasions. Sabonis is nice, good trophy case to start off with. Next, we got Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram is also the next person who is an Expendable, and the reason he's an Expendable is because a lot of people are getting Pelicans pieces and are going to eventually have to probably get him. He's not bad, but he's not great neither. But if you were to put him at small forward, nobody's just going to be, oh my God, he got Brandon Ingram on the court. Let's leave him wide open. Or, oh my God, he got Brandon Ingram on the court. Offense on him. He's just decent. Like, I like Brandon Ingram. He could be a little bit better. He's good. Brandon Jennings is the next person who will go in filler. The only reason, unless you are a Bucks fan, the only reason that you will be getting him is just to complete the central set. Rose, Jermaine, and the rest of the vibe are all a lot better than him. And you are getting that whole central trophy case, and he is the only person who probably won't touch the court out of that entire trophy case. He's bad. He will lose you a game. He can't go on the court at the moment. Chris Paul for Opal tier. I'm gonna put him in underrated, and the reason I'm gonna put him in underrated this time is because even though he can't dunk, he's gonna play D. Actually, nah. I'm gonna put Chris Paul in Expendable too. I think he's the only Opal that's expendable. I think every other Opal, I think he's the worst Opal reward. I think every other Opal reward that you are allowed to get is better than him. And if you put him on the court, it's just because you finished that division and he could be better. That's what I think. I was going to try to get him in underrated because he's an Opal, but no, I think he's an Expendable Opal. That's cool. Next, we got Clyde. Clyde goes in underrated. And the reason I'm going to put him in underrated is because people are looking at Jimmy and people are looking at AD. People aren't looking at Clyde. Clyde, for this game right now, especially with the jump shot he has, doesn't have a baited shot, can dunk, is able to stay in front of his man just fine because people don't usually run at shooting guards, is able to take over the load and get you a bucket. Like, he does everything he's supposed to do. Like, that's all we can ask of him, right? Let me go look to see what fade he has in case he had, because if he got normal, then I'm telling you, it's over for it. It's over for it. He has Pro 2. Pro 2, I believe that's the one Scotty and them got, where he could fade off his dominant hand side. Yes, Pro 2 is probably since we won't be getting anybody with Trey fade anytime soon, it's probably the next best fade as of right now in my team. Iggy has it, Scottie Pippen has it. It's when you fade off your off-ball side and you get it up real quick. I like Pro 2. He has a good fade, can dunk at will, will be able to guard, and he will be able to take over the load if you want to run a defensive PG. So I like Clyde. I think he's underrated because we're comparing him to Jimmy B and the rest. Derrick Rose. Next, I got Derrick Rose. I got Derrick Rose in nice. With the meta of this game, which is slash, slash, and slash till you can't slash anymore until their body is disintegrated from you slashing them so much, he's able to get to the paint at a good, like, whenever he wants to. He can get there whenever he wants to. On top of the fact that you compare him to Allen Iverson, he dunks a lot more. He gets a little more stops, which probably should be because of his frame. And his jump shot is the smoothest out of all the point guards. He doesn't have the highest three-pointer, but his jump shot is the smoothest out of all the point guards. Very easy to time, good rim runner. Supposed to have the best dribble moves, but most of the dribble moves got, like, slowed down or patched. But I like Derrick Rose, especially for coming out the central set. Next, we got Dikembe Mutombo. I'm going to put Dikembe Mutombo in underrated, and the only reason is he's an inside with low speed, but he will get you bare stops, and the only reason he's not getting looked at more than he should is because Wilt came out. Like, for inside center, if you were to have him guard corner and drop late, he's going to get you a stop almost every single time. He's dominant in the paint. I played a lot of people who use him. I played actually Infamous, and he's used them before. Like, Dikembe Mutombo is good. We just won't be looking at him as much as other cards because Wilt came out. Why run Dikembe when you can get Wilt? You feel me? That's how it's looked at. Elton Brand will be the next person. I think Elton Brand will go in Expendable, and the reason I'm going to put Elton Brand in Expendable is because he is in the trophy case for Anthony Davis, and he is not the trashiest person in that trophy case. Like, you could put him in a game. You could run small ball and put him at the center. He'll probably be decent. You know, he got half bully. His lowest stat is probably his 3-ball, which is like a 68. He's like just You feel me? He's just, I don't really have a decent tier, so Expendable is more of the decent tier. You could put him in. He's allowed to be played as of right now. Next, we got Gilbert Arenas. Gilbert Arenas will also go in underrated, and the reason Gilbert Arenas will be going in underrated is because for him to be an open, once again, we are only looking at Jimmy B and AD. People aren't looking at the rest of the rewards, such as even Patrick Ewing. Nobody's looking at them because they're just looking at Jimmy B and AD because Jimmy B and AD are the best ones. Yes, I do agree with that, but Gilbert Arenas has a high dunk, will be able to guard good enough to where he's not getting completely abused. Jump shot got sped up a little bit, does still have somewhat the same jump shot as last year. He's able to dunk on heads and do everything he's supposed to do. So if he is your reward, it's not that bad, and at least he has a point guard spot out of right now. For most of these people, like Filler, obviously they don't have a spot on the court. Even some of the Expendable people don't have a spot on the court. But underrated means they'll have a spot on the court if they play right now. Nice 100% and Indefinite best for sure. Listen, Gordon Hayward will go in Indefinite best because I think he's the best small forward out of the trophy cases, but I'm going to put him in underrated because I don't know why nobody's talking about him. I'm not showing stats for everybody because y'all should know most of the stats for most of the people, but I'm going to show you guys Gordon Hayward, like, because I think people don't understand. 93 ball, 85 drive and dunk base, standing dunk so you can do the standing dunk glitch, 90 drive and layup, 80s across the board defensively, 90 speed in game, 85 vertical, 75 strength, 80 rebounding, able to put the ball on the floor. Comes with a crazy amount of badges as a whole. Like, all you really would have to add to him is like Limitless, clamp breaker, interceptor, and you're good. You could throw like a rise up or something else on him, but I think he's the best small forward. He still has the same jump shot. It's sped up. He is able to put the ball on the ground, and he has normal fade. Like, I don't know why more people aren't talking about him, especially with the fact that small forward and shooting guard are such important positions in the game right now. But I love Gordon Hayward, and if I could get him right now, I would have him on my team. But gotta wait for 3 more pieces to be dropped. Next, we got James Worthy. James Worthy goes in indefinite best because with the amount, power forward is the X factor position on this game. If you have Zion at the 4, if you have Zebo at the 4, if you have Sean Kemp at the 4, if you got Larry Johnson at the 4, like, your 4 wins you the game or loses you the game most of the time. He's going to get left open the most on the team. He needs to be able to board, and he needs to be able to slash if he gets a mismatch. James Worthy might have the most chicken shot on the game. Like, he got John Wall base. Everybody loved John Wall base. It's so easy to time. He has normal fade. He can dunk. He has a hot dunk. He has good defense. He can wall up a center. He can get you a stop in the paint and get you to rebound. Like, James Worthy does it all at the 4. And I'm not even talking about if we would put him at the 3. I'm only talking about if you put him at the 4. Now, let's say you get glitchy and you put him at the 3 and put KG at the 4 with another trophy case at the 5. Like, people not really thinking. Like, James Worthy being able to be a hybrid 4-3 is probably the most amazing card on the game, and I think he is the best card on the game if we are counting trophy cases by far. Like, I don't think it's close right now. He is amazing. His division just sucks, but people are literally going to do his division, 1 because of him and 2 because of AD. Like, even if AD wasn't the reward, people would probably still do his division because for some reason the best trophy case card is in the worst division. But to each its own. Next, we got Jeremy Lin. I think Jeremy Lin is underrated, and the reason I think Jeremy Lin is underrated because of his defensive stats. So I'm gonna go just to show you Jeremy Lin's defensive stats, so you know. Jeremy Lin does have the same shot as last year with it being a little bit more sped up. 6'3", 6'5" wingspan, 70 interior and 75 block. Already yellow caps. Comes with a few badges. And he comes with gold anchor as well. He walls up. I played one and tried to match one with my Steve Francis. He was getting bare stops. Has an 85 drive and dunk, so he's allowed to get contacts. And you can put badges on him to where. That's another reason I like a lot of the trophy case players. You're able to put badges on them to make them play as you want them to be played on your court. And that's what I love about the trophy cases and why I think they're better than the auctionable cards. Like, first off, they come with 10 Hoffs, which is still the most as of right now that is being released. 2, they're able to get every badge in the game. So if you want to give your 65 3-pointer center limitless range so people can stop disrespecting them because you know how to shoot with them, which I did with Jermaine ONeal, you can do that. So I like Jeremy Lin. Jump shot is decent. He's not the worst person in that. I would get him over Allen Iverson and Andre Bargnani, honestly, but that's me. But I do think Jeremy Lin is underrated. Next, we got Jermaine ONeal. I want to put him in indefinite best, but if you can't shoot with him, he is not indefinite best. He is just nice. I think Jermaine and Alonzo are literally twins. I think the only difference between the two is maybe 2 badges apart and different jump shots. I love them both. I think for smaller centers, because one is 6'11 and like one is 6'10 or may just touch 7 feet, like, they do their job, and I think they are what is needed at the center position by a large margin. Next, we got Jimmy B. Jimmy B goes in indefinite best because, 1, out of all the shooting guards on the game right now, they all have baited jump shots, and the ones that don't have baited jump shots have some type of crazy flaw. So let's go over the top shooting guards on the game. Like, right now, we got Michael Jordan, baited jump shot. Jaylen Brown, baited jump shot. Andre Iguodala, baited jump shot. Vince Carter doesn't have a baited jump shot, not the best defender. Benedict, great jump shot, not the best defender. JR, great jump shot, and can put the ball on the floor, not the best defender. Alex English, amazing defender, probably the best shooting guard defender on the game. 63 ball, 75 dunk. Like, see what I mean by, like, the people who don't have baited jump shots, like, they're either missing something, and the people who have everything have a baited jump shot. Jimmy B probably will have he has a better jump shot than everybody at the shooting guard position, probably besides like Benedict, Vince, and JR. So he 100% plays right now. I don't think anybody's playing over him at the 2 right now. Kawhi didn't get to play the 2, so nobody would be playing over him at the 2 if he's in your lineup. And I think going for Central as of right now, with the fact that you get Jermaine and you get Rose, like, that's amazing. Like, you get Richard Hamilton, you get Big Z, like, Central, you get a bunch of people who play. And I think that's the difference between them and the Pacific Division. The Pacific Division, you get one person who plays, and then you'll get Anthony Davis. Central Division, you get 4 people who play and Jimmy B, so you can make you a whole starter lineup. Next, we got Jordan Poole. I think Jordan Poole is filler. For him to be in that division with the rest of the big dogs, I think he sucks. I do think he has a chicken jump shot, but I think you're only getting him because you have to get him for that division. Other than that, I don't think he would touch the court. I don't even think he touches the court as of right now. So that's just that. If you got Jordan Poole and you hooping or you're a Warriors fan, by all means, don't let me stop you. Next, we got Dr. J, Indefinite best, because he is the best shooting guard on the game right now, especially with the meta in this game and the jump shot that he has had since 2K19 with that John Wall / Rudy Gay type feel. He is the best shooting guard on the game. Yes, is he worth the grind as of right now? Yes. For those who are thinking like, are these trophy cases even really worth it? Yes, they are. Because as you can see, the game is balancing the players to meet up with the trophy cases as of right now. Like, even if they drop a Giannis, would he get played? Yeah, but his stats won't be better than the trophy case players, because that is what my team is revolved around right now. Going to get that Julius Erving and that Tim Duncan and that Larry Bird and that Jimmy B and that AD, like, and they're worth it as of right now. Next, we got Kevin McHale. I'm going to put Kevin McHale in indefinite best. And the reason I'm going to put him in indefinite best is because I think he's actually better than Jermaine and Alonzo, because his three-pointer base is so high. I played a Kevin McHale. His way to take away the court because of his half interceptor and his 7'11" wingspan is ridiculous. You can get his speed to base 80s. His 3 starts off at 83. That means in game you can get his 3-pointer to about a 90. 75 stand up, 75 drive and dunk. 55 steal but has half interceptor. Ignore the steal rating. Another person who got this last year, do you remember when Wilt came out with a 59 steal or something of that nature? He played everything because he had off interceptor. You can't even tell Kevin McHale has 55 steal just because he takes away everything on the court. I think McHale is probably the best center. Actually, after the 2 comp people I play who had him, I think he's probably the best center, just because Jermaine and Alonzo have a flaw, which is everybody can't shoot with him. McHale's only flaw is supposed to be his steal rating, but it's not. Like, I think at the center position, he plays D. He has 95 interior, only 80 block, but he walls up just fine. With the 5 badges you're able to give him, you can give him everything he'll need, which would be bully. He doesn't need a shooting badge because he already got catch and shoot, claymore, and corner, which would be bully. You give him clamp breaker. You give him quick first step. And then, like, you'll turn him into everything he's needed. I think he's indefinite best. I like Kevin McHale, and his jump shot isn't that baited. Next, we got Kyle Korver. Kyle Korver is expendable. He's going to do everything you want him to do on the court, which is not miss a wide open jump shot. There's nothing more to say on Kyle Korver. Is he bad? No, I don't even think he's filler. I think he's probably the most chicken player on the game if somebody would get him. Ginobili. I think Ginobili is filler as well. I think only Spurs fans even get him. Like, let me see. What division is he in anyways? Is there any way I could specifically see what division he's in? Where's Manu at? Manu. Does it tell you specifically? No, it does not. So I'd have to load up the game. I'm trying to think. Give me a second. I'm trying to think. What's the division? What's the division that he's in? And what players is he in? Is he in Pacific, Northwest, or Southwest? I think he's in Southwest, isn't he? I'm pretty sure he's in Southwest. I don't think he's in Northwest. Okay, let me go. My bad, I'm just testing my knowledge real quick. I don't want to throw y'all off. Northwest is Nuggets, T-Wolves, Thunder, Trailblazers, Jazz. Pacific, yeah, I think he's in Southwest. So in Southwest, who's with him? It's Michael Finley, it's Steve Francis, it's Zebo, it's Hornets. Who's the Hornets player? Oh, Alonzo. Yeah, Alonzo. And yeah, filler. He's the worst person out of everybody in his thing. He's with Finley, Zebo, Steve Francis, and Alonzo Mourning. He's the filler in his division. He's the filler in his division. As you can see, in most of the divisions, everybody is going to have at least one filler. I think he's the filler 100% for that one. He's not the best. He doesn't even play any defense. Jump shot isn't the best neither. Like, unless you really just trying to get freaky with him, like in the paint, like Kyrie Irving, I don't think he should be used. Larry Bird, indefinite best. That is the man we are grinding for. I don't need to show you the stats because I've done it before. That man will be a threat when he comes out, and he's also probably going to get updated when the game, when it's time to get him, like, because his jump shot time is probably normal. They'll probably update that and give him quick jump shot time by the time we get him. Next, we got Michael Finley. Michael Finley is in nice. I like Michael Finley. Like, for a shooting guard as of right now, he fits the driving meta. He can guard his own person. He can shoot. A lot of people are running a Dyson Daniels and putting Michael Finley at the 2 and giving him the ball every single play. So a lot of people are going to be grinding for that Jason Kidd just to give Michael Finley the ball because everybody's starting to, open up their trophy cases. But I like Michael Finley. He's nice. Patrick Ewing also goes in underrated. In order of best to worst trophy case division rewards, it goes AD, Jimmy, Clyde, Patrick Ewing, Gilbert, CP. But the only one who's really, like, bad to me is CP just because he doesn't fit the meta of the game. Patrick Ewing will give you everything you're supposed to as long as you learn how to time his shot, which I think is probably crazy baited. I still think he's going to play defense in the paint, and he's going to be able to score in the paint at will, especially if you use him as an inside. I like Patrick Ewing. Like, for you actually getting that, like, you're putting in Andre Bargnani and a few more, like, Patrick Ewing isn't bad at all. Next, we got Peja Stojakovic. Peja Stojakovic is expendable. Chicken jump shot. Good stretch. Is he the best? No. Will he miss? No. Will he lose you a game? No. Will he win you the game? If they leave you open. So, not much to really say on Peja. Same thing with Richard. Expendable. They're basically the same person. Literally, they're basically the same person, except Richard is more of a power forward and Peja is more of a small forward. They're literally the exact same person. Next, we got Rip. Rip goes in nice. I like Rip, especially going with the Central Division. Like, I don't think the Central Division really has a bad person besides Brandon Jennings. Richard Hamilton can guard, can shoot. Jump shot is not baited as well, and I think you have to look at the people whose jump shots aren't baited, and the only people whose jump shots aren't really baited as of right now that are shooting guards is like Richard Hamilton and Michael Finley without crazy, like, I think Richard Jefferson is better than both of them, and I think he's the best trophy case shooting guard, but he has a baited shot. So it's like, it's what do you really want to deal with? Speaking of RJ, he's next. I think he is the best shooting guard, especially for the meta of this game right now. He has 0 flaws. He can guard everything. He can dunk. His three-pointer is a 90. He can put the ball on the ground. Like, his only flaw is his jump shot. And like I said, people are starting Jaylen Browns and Michael Jordans and Iggy's. If they're allowed to play, Richard Jefferson has a spot right now as the starting shooting guard. You'll just have to live with the baited jump shot and find a way around it. Also has normal fade, like, no flaws. I love Richard Jefferson. That'll be my next trophy case that I'm going for. Next, we have Westbrook. Indefinite best. He is the best point guard by a large margin. And the reason he is the best point guard by a large margin is because he is the only point guard that comes with D badges. So, like, I'm going to just show you real quick so I can give you a visual. So, when you go to, like, a Westbrook, right? You go to a Westbrook, you go down, we don't even worry about his stats. You see how he comes with clamps, comes with rebound chaser, comes with minutes, comes with chase down, comes with challenger. So then, let's compare him to a Derrick Rose. Let's compare him to a Derrick Rose and then just go to their badges and we're going to go to defense. Do you see the difference between them? The fact that on Derrick Rose, you can't even give him badges like Limitless and whatever else he needs, or like a Agent 3, or like a Green Machine, or a Claymore, Masher, because you have to give him clamps and challenger and anchor and glove and interceptor. You feel me? All you got to give Westbrook is anchor and interceptor. And in every other PG, you have to give them 5 things besides Jeremy Lin, because I think he comes with anchor. So that's why I think Westbrook is the indefinite best point guard. On top of the fact he pushes through bodies like no tomorrow. I think it's because of his wingspan. When he gets to stop in the paint, he is probably the only point guard on the game that can also grab the rebound. And I think by far he is the best at the point guard position. Steve Francis. I'm going to put Steve Francis in Expendable. And the reason I'm going to put Steve Francis in Expendable is literally because his jump shot is horrid. When I say horrid, he's horrid. Like, his jump shot is horrid. I think he's a dog. And actually, no. I'm going to put him in nice. So, I'm going to put him in nice, and it's because outside of his baited jump shot, he doesn't really have a flaw. Like, he has the same flaw that Derrick Rose and Allen Iverson and the rest of them have, but the fact that he slashes, so he has the highest drive and dunk among all the point guard slashers. I was almost going to put him in Expendable just because of his jump shot, but if I put Richard Jefferson in indefinite best, and he still has that jump shot, Steve Francis is allowed to go there. Steve Francis is actually my starting point guard right now. Like, dunks on everybody. Wilt and Ben Wallace. Wilt, Ben Wallace, and their mothers. Wilt, Ben Wallace, and their fathers. Wilt, Ben Wallace, and the coach. Wilt, Ben Wallace, and Zebo. Wilt, KG. Whoever you drop, he's finishing. And you don't even got to right stick dunk it. Like, it's a bucket. And it's a bucket every single time. and that's why I love him. Next, we're going to go to Steve Nash. And the reason we're going to go to Steve Nash, I think Steve Nash is filler. I think he sucks. Like, I honestly think he is horrible. And the reason I think he is horrible is just because, like, they did him bogus. When I say they did him bogus, they did him bogus. Like, not being able to dunk on this game puts you down an extra notch. And once again, this tells you how good Anthony Davis is, because people are still going for him. And 3 of the 5 players in his whole thing are in expendable or filler. The only good person from the Pacific is James Worthy. Everybody else is in expendable or filler. That's literally the worst division by a large margin, because no other division has as many flaws as they do. But I just think Steve Nash, like, unless you're a Suns fan, like, it's no chance he has a starting spot right now with Ja on the court and Steph and Steve and Derek and Russell and Jeremy Lin, and he just doesn't play. Nothing to him, but he just doesn't play. Timmy D goes an indefinite best as well. I think he's the only person who will be better than AD, and that's only because his defensive stats are out of this world. On top of the fact, even though he does have a low base 3, he'll still be able to get it done, because like I said, people are shooting with lower 3s. So that's that. Next, we got Tim Hardaway. Tim Hardaway can't dunk, so I think I'm going to be putting him in filler, which means now I think I have a filler for every single division. Let me think. Atlantic would be Bargnani's the filler. Pacific, Poole, and Steve Nash are the filler. Southeast, this is Southeast. Tim Hardaway is the filler because he's in a division with Rashard Lewis, expendable, Jameson, expendable. He's in one with Kyle Korver, who's also expendable. Like, he's the worst person out of his, he's the worst person out of the Southeast. Like, and just because of that, I think I'm gonna put him in filler. Really, just because he can't dunk. If he could dunk, I think I would put him a little bit higher. But him not being able to dunk throws him down a few notches, like a lot of notches. So that's that. Next, we got Wally. Wally's expendable. Literally Kyle Korver's twin. Both of them will never miss wide open. And that's what they'll be on the court to do. Nothing more, nothing less. Next, we got Zebo. Zebo is nice. Zebo give me Zion with less speed. Can hit wide open. You can give him badges to make sure he hits wide open. Finishes in the paint at an abysmal rate. Like, literally, you can put 2 people down there. He's finishing on whoever is down there because of the big body. And if you use him as he's supposed to be used, I haven't even seen him put at center to play small ball, which is what I would do if I had him. I've seen him at power 4 running a big lineup. You almost really can't guard him if they try to mash your head in, which is the meta right now. So I like Zebo. And lastly, we got Big Z. Big Z also goes in nice just because he's Sabonis if Sabonis didn't have high pass hack, and I think Big Z's jump shot is a lot better, and he actually is way more dominant in the paint for some reason. So that's the refurbished trophy case list. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and now that I've played the game, I was able to give you a more balanced list than what I gave you last time was before we even knew what competitive gameplay looks like. So you can get your trophy cases according to this trophy case list. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Stop by the Twitch, Splashy. We on the road to 1,000 subs. We at 950 right now. Every question you need. Most knowledgeable person on Twitch. Realist. And I'm entertaining. Make sure you stop by Twitter, Splash Edition. Turn on the noties. That's all I got for y'all today. Make sure y'all have a blessed day. Peace.